So what I'd like to talk to you about today is sighting in your bow. So assuming that you have a compound bow, mine is pretty well tricked out, but bare minimum is what you're going to need is a peep sight, a D-loop and some kind of release, an arrow rest, and of course your front sight. So my front sight is an HHA Optimizer Lite, and it's a single pin. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on there. But the reason I picked that is just to simplify my sight picture so that when I pick up the bow, I don't have to think too hard about it. So we'll see, hopefully. So far it's turned out great. I'm really happy with it. But if you have a multi-pin setup, the same kind of principles for sighting in your bow are going to apply. You're just going to be adjusting each pin at the given distance that you want to set it at. Whereas my bow has this practice tape on it, and I will correlate this with a set of distances just using math. On HHA's website, they'll be able to tell me which one to pick for the correct sight tape once I've got it sighted in. For now, you want to make sure you're at a known distance, so I'm going to be around 7 yards to start with, and I like to start small, short distances with the initial sight in, just to make sure I don't get too far off. So error multiplies over distance, and I want to make sure I'm reducing errors right at the start. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go to a known distance and shoot a group, and then I'll adjust my sights. And both sights are pretty straightforward. So the nice thing about it is if your shots are low, you need to move your pin low. If your shots are left, you need to move your pin left. You basically move your pin to where your group is so that your sight picture adjusts accordingly. So let's get started. Great. So we're going to shoot at this target, which is just about 7 yards in front of me. And again, the purpose of this is to start small so that I don't propagate error unnecessarily over a large distance. And I'm going to move my sights to roughly where I think it should be. And just so that we have something to show, I'll make some left-right adjustments here, just so we keep track. So we're going to shoot a group of 3. And I like to take 3 shots before I adjust anything, because 3 shots makes a sample size, and it's just something that I've always done with rifle shooting, and it works pretty well across the board, just so you can really make sure that you're repeating yourself with your shots and being consistent rather than making adjustments to something that might change on the next shot. Those are 2 arrows that are touching each other. Sure hope this one is in the same place, and then we'll make some adjustments. Same place without Robin Hooding or destroying my arrows. So this is risky with starting at a short distance with a compound bow. They can be very accurate. Alright, so I'm going to put my bow down, and I always like to put it down so I keep the cams out of the dirt. Alright, so let's go check it out. So I'll walk you down range here. So it's a pretty good group. It is low and slightly to the right. So I'm going to move my pin low and right, and that will hopefully get my sights adjusted. Okay, so now that you've gotten a first group, we're going to make some adjustments. So my shots were low. I'm going to therefore move my pin lower, and that should help. So make some adjustments there. And for me to move my pin, it's all about this, where this lever's back here. So you're going to need to pay attention to each sight. Some of the multi-pin sights are going to have adjustments that you move the actual pin on the sight itself. So this particular sight, everything height-wise is done right back here. And left and right, You do dial that by basically threading or unthreading a screw. I already made the adjustment on that, but basically I wanted to move my sight pin down and right because my shots were going down and right. And so to do that, I unthreaded this front screw up here. And again, your sight might be different than mine, but for mine, all I had to do was thread it out. And I like to think of whichever way you're turning that screw there, the bolt is going to be the way that your pin moves, because you're literally just sliding this on this mount. And so if I unthread it, I'm gonna shift my sight to my right, and if I screw that in, I'm gonna be shifting my sight to the left. So I think I've got my sight in a pretty good place. So now I have to line up a good shot and confirm. Alright, so that was a great group, also very low. So what I might be running into is just some trouble with how short a distance this is. It's very short from here to there. It should be working, and so I'm not going to mess with my bow sights too much more, but this is generally what you would do to make sure you are sighted in. So let's go take a look at the target. So I'm very happy with my left-right adjustment after that first group, and this is really I'm grouping well. I just need to spend a little more time adjusting, and I don't want to just make you watch videos of me shooting archery all day, but that's how you adjust your sights, is move your pin down to where you're grouping. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. Comment on the bottom of this post, or shoot me an email at howtogungirl@gmail.com, and hope to connect with you soon. Enjoy shooting.